Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime No Me channel. You may not have noticed, but apparently one of the most powerful fruits of all time has been introduced in the One Piece manga, and Blackbeard might seek this fruit to obtain the perfect trinity, and you'll see that in today's video. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. Guys, among all the devil fruits we haven't fully seen in One Piece, few carry as much mystery as the legendary Akuma no Mi of the Giant King. Perhaps it has an even greater significance than we imagine. After all, it was passed down through generations in the royal lineage of Elbaf, the strongest kingdom among the giants. Who knows? This might be one of the only fruits that keeps an ancient heritage alive. Something so grand that Loki himself didn't hesitate to take his father's throne to obtain it? And what if this fruit is more than just a mere tool of power? What if it's the lost link between the ancient tribe of primordial giants and the present times? If there is anyone in the world of One Piece who would likely try to steal this fruit for himself, that person is Blackbeard. He has already shown an obsessive interest in gathering the best and most powerful Akuma no Mi, and he was also the first character we saw break the logic of fruits by possessing more than one. And perhaps even that is just the beginning. I think that if Teach is looking for a final fruit, it makes sense that he would target the one that belonged to the kings of giants. After all, Loki himself has revealed that he has been imprisoned for 6 years, and his kingdom is probably in a state of instability. Maybe the real question is, why is this fruit worth so much? We can try to answer this by analyzing the events in Elbaf itself. In chapters 1130 to 1137, we see Loki calling himself the sun god of the island. This is strange because until now, this title has never been used within Elbaf for another ruler. Who knows? This fruit might be connected to the very structure of the kingdom, something that makes him a divine entity to the giant people. The only thing clear is that this fruit, whatever it may be, was treated as the true inheritance of the royal family. This is different from other legendary fruits we've seen. Kaido may have had a powerful mythical fruit, but it was never a symbol of lineage. The same goes for the admirals and any other major figure we know, but this fruit was something that needed to be passed down, something that justified the king's authority. If Blackbeard is after it, maybe it's because he understands that it's not just about brute strength, but a much deeper control over the structure of the world. And what if this Akuma no Mi has unique properties? Since Loki is imprisoned in a place without sunlight, it's possible that his fruit is related to absorbing solar energy or something similar. This leads us to another question. Is this fruit really a Zoan, as one might expect, or perhaps a paramecia with transcendental abilities? If it were a Logia, it might control some sort of solar or cosmic energy, which would justify the title of Sun God. But there's an important detail. Loki mentions that the tree he's imprisoned in is the Atom Treasure Tree. This tree is no ordinary tree. It's one of the most legendary in One Piece, used to create extremely durable ships. This means that Elbaf's very kingdom was built around this structure, becoming part of it. And what if the Giant King's fruit allows its user to merge with the land, with the raw material that forms its very territory? Now, back to Blackbeard. Teach has a history of striking at the right moment. He waited to steal the Yami no Mi. He planned his betrayal to take the Gura no Mi. He knows that patience and opportunity are the keys to ultimate power. And now, we have Elbaf in a moment of transition. Loki has been imprisoned for years, perhaps without a true successor on the throne. Who is protecting the fruit right now? Is there resistance within the kingdom, preventing anyone from claiming it? If so, this is the kind of situation Blackbeard loves to exploit. A kingdom that can't decide its fate is a kingdom ready to be plundered. If Teach manages to get this fruit, he will have something that no other character has: the power of the ancient giants. And this leads us to an interesting point. There's a theory that Blackbeard may be a descendant of the ancient giant tribe. This would explain his abnormal body structure and even his ability to support more than one Akuma no Mi. Remember the detail mentioned by Road in chapter 1135? Some giants still carry a bit of the blood of the ancient giants. This means that this lineage hasn't been completely wiped out. If Blackbeard has a trace of this blood in him, it's possible that the Giant King's fruit is the missing piece for him to reach his true form. If we analyze the way Blackbeard moves across the board, he always makes choices that increase his dominance over different aspects of the world. The Yami no Mi gives him control over darkness, something that nullifies other Akuma no Mi. The Gura no Mi gives the power to destroy everything around him. But none of these fruits give him something that Luffy, for example, has: an absurdly resilient body capable of withstanding anything. If the Giant King's fruit granted him a larger, reinforced, practically invulnerable body, he would have the perfect trio: absorption, destruction, and resistance. But what if this fruit is something even greater? Perhaps its true ability isn't just physical, but also relates to the very concept of leadership and control over the giants. If this Akuma no Mi is indeed a symbol of Elbaf's royalty, perhaps it grants the user the ability to command those with giant blood, whether through a spiritual connection or something more tangible, like control over the territory itself. If that's the case, then Blackbeard wouldn't just be acquiring a new ability, but also an army. Imagine if, upon consuming this fruit, he became the true leader of the giants? That could give him an absurd advantage in a potential confrontation against the world government. Of course, all of this depends on many variables. Loki is still alive, and his fate is uncertain. But the idea that this fruit could fall into Teach's hands makes sense within the logic of One Piece. Whenever we see an absurd power, it's only a matter of time before someone tries to seize it. Blackbeard already has two of the most destructive Akuma no Mi in history. If he's truly interested in this one, then we might be facing the true end of the balance of power. The question is no longer who can defeat him, but rather what will be left after he has all the pieces of his empire. The only certainty is that if this fruit really is the final piece of Blackbeard's puzzle, then we're about to witness one of the greatest twists in One Piece history. Although the true potential of Loki's fruit is something we still don't fully understand, the impact of its symbolism is already evident. For a leader like Blackbeard, the power of a fruit like this is not just a matter of strength, but also of dominion over a people, an entire nation. What he seeks is not only extraordinary physical abilities, but control over elements that could shift the balance of the world. And dominion over the giants, imposing beings with such deep ancestral heritage, is undoubtedly a goal that could bring Blackbeard one step closer to fulfilling his ambitions. Loki is more than a figure of power. He is a symbol of resistance, history, and a lineage that, though in ruins, carries with it a legacy of strength and influence. If this fruit truly is the key to unlocking something greater, Blackbeard's capture of it would not only solidify his position as the most powerful man, but it would also reconfigure the very concept of power within One Piece. It would not just be another Akuma no Mi in his arsenal, but a trump card that would alter the fate of an entire kingdom and the entire history of the giants. And we know that Blackbeard is a master of patience and strategy. From the moment he appeared, he demonstrated that he does not rush, unlike many other characters who seek immediate power. He is a calculative figure, waiting for the perfect moment to act and ensure that his steps lead him to the greatest possible advantage. This is evident in the way he acquired his first Akuma no Mi, the Yami. Yami no Mi was his first major acquisition, a fruit that gave him control over darkness, and he waited for the right moment to take possession of it, even if it meant betraying a fellow crewmate. Next, he acquired the Gura Gura no Mi, the fruit that has the power to cause massive destruction. This did not happen by chance. Blackbeard meticulously planned his betrayal of Whitebeard, waiting for the old captain's death and seizing the opportunity to snatch one of the most powerful fruits in the world. He knew that by taking this fruit, he was not only gaining destructive power, but also a significant symbol of his rise and the fall of such an imposing figure as Whitebeard. This kind of behavior shows that unlike characters like Luffy, who often act impulsively, Blackbeard operates with caution and always has a bigger goal in mind. And that's exactly why, when it comes to Loki's fruit, he is probably already observing Elbaf, waiting for the right moment to act. He has likely recognized the instability of the kingdom and the vulnerability of Loki. The fact that Loki has been imprisoned for years and does not have a clear successor to the throne of Elbaf is a crucial detail that Blackbeard must be watching carefully. He won't just invade Elbaf and grab the fruit recklessly. That's not his style. Instead, he might be waiting for a transition period in the kingdom, perhaps an internal war, a weakness in defense, or even a moment of division among the giants. Blackbeard has an incredible ability to exploit these gaps and take advantage of instability. He knows that this kind of situation is the key to getting what he wants without exposing himself to unnecessary risks. Furthermore, Blackbeard's own history suggests that he already knows the value of this fruit, not just for its power, but for the meaning it holds within the giant's lineage. He knows that dominion over the royal bloodline of Elbaf could be a much more powerful trump than any other fruit. If he were to acquire this Akuma no Mi, Blackbeard would not only gain a new ability, he would be positioning himself as the leader of one of the world's greatest military powers, with the ability to command the giants, and this would put him in an even more dangerous position. What do you think about this? That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.